How to sell your house quickly. Hi, my name is Bryce Robbins with Buy Houses Hotlanta, and if you're looking to sell your house, I'm going to share with you some tips to get this process done as quickly and as pain-free as possible. Now, if you've decided to work with an agent to sell your home, here are the top 5 things that you need to do to get it sold quickly. Number 1, you need to price your house just below the tipping point. Now, what do I mean by the tipping point? What I mean is talk with your agent and ask them to send you the data of the homes that have sold in your area that are comparable in bedrooms, baths, square footage as close to your home as possible within say 6 months to a year. And look at that data, and you can even get this, it's all public records as well, but look at that data and try to get an understanding of what properties are actually being sold for versus as a function of their condition and where they are in relation to your property. And the tipping point is going to be just below, maybe 5-10% below what they're selling for, assuming that these homes are selling quickly. And I mean, like, if they're selling for 30 days or less on the market, then that's a pretty fast moving market, and you want to be just below those price points. What that's going to do for you is that's going to get a ton of traffic to your property. It's going to hopefully get a lot of offers on your property, and that way you can kind of pick and choose and decide which buyer you want to go with. On the other side of the spectrum, if you price it too high, what's going to happen is your property is going to sit there. What's called the days on market are just going to keep ticking and ticking and ticking, and people are going to think that something's wrong with your home when there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just that you priced it too high. And I've got a phrase that I like to call the kiss of death. My mentor actually calls it the kiss of death. But basically, if you price your home too high, you might end up just in a situation where your property sits there for way too long, and no matter even if you drop it, say 20, 30,000 below what it's really worth, people aren't going to buy it because they think something's wrong with the home. And so what you really want to do is make sure you price it below that tipping point from the get-go. Now, once you've got the price dialed in, the second thing you want to focus on is the photos. Now, the photos are important, obviously, because it's really one of the first things people see. When they go to Zillow, they go to Trulia, their agent sends them some listings that just popped up. They're going to look at the photos. They're going to see, what's the layout? Is it a single story, 2-story? They're going to try to visualize themselves in that property. And the best tip I can give to you for photos is make sure you hire a professional photographer. I mean, you can do them yourself, but professional photography makes a big difference. And you can really find a great photographer for just a couple $100 or less. So photos are definitely very, very important. Now, number 3 is make sure your home is easy to show. And I know it kind of goes without saying, it's kind of obvious, but you need to make sure you can get people through your home. You got to have the best photos, you can have it priced really low, but nobody can get into your home, you can't sell it. So make sure it's easy to show. If you're living there, try to work with your agent to coordinate hours that make sense for you to get out of the home so you can bring some people through. There's software out there nowadays that they can use depending on your local area where they can block out certain hours, and maybe you just have everybody come through say from like 5 to 7 on Friday, or maybe 2 to 4 on the weekends or something like that. So that makes sense for your schedule, so at least people can come through. And if your home is vacant, that's even better, obviously. Just make sure you have a lockbox on there that buyers can easily come in and out of your home. And if you're working with an agent, they'll be able to screen all of them, obviously, and make sure that they're legitimate. So make sure your home is easy to show. Now, the 4th thing is condition of your property. Now, you may not have the best looking home in the neighborhood, but make sure at least it smells good and it feels clean. You want to be able to feel like you can, if you had a baby, that you could put your baby on the floor and be able to walk around and you feel comfortable doing that. That's kind of the litmus test to make sure your property is, it's clean enough for someone to come through. So it doesn't have to be in the best condition possible. Sure, you're going to make a little bit less money if it's not, doesn't have all these upgrades, but as long as it's clean and smells good and it's showable, you'll be in great shape. Now, as far as cleaning your home, you can go on some social networks and ask recommendations there. You can even, there's sites like Huxley and stuff like that where you can just hire people. And as far as getting it to smell really good, there's these little wax warmers that you can buy. You just drop some wax in them. You can buy the little timers, at Lowe's or Walmart or Home Depot or wherever. and you can time them so they're on during the hours that you're showing the home. And that'll make your home smell really good and kind of give people a great first impression when they walk in your house. So make sure that your home is in good condition, and by good condition, make sure it smells good and it's clean. And those two things will get you a long ways. So the fifth thing would be the actual listing itself. And this is what has the photos in it, and it's got the price, obviously. It also has characteristics about your home, such as the bedrooms, baths. Is it a single story, two-story? Does it have basement? Does it have a septic tank? All those details are in there. It also has public remarks and private remarks. The private remarks are what your agent's going to fill out to tell people when it's can be showed, whether it's vacant, where to submit offers to, etc. The public remarks is where you might be able to give your input and be able to help tell the story to the buyer that's looking at the listing. When they're looking at that, you want to make sure that they can kind of imagine themselves in the home. You want to paint a picture in a sense. They're not just purchasing a home; they're buying in a sense a lifestyle. So make sure you tell a kind of a compelling story through your listing description. And you can kind of get flowery with it as well. So that's what I would recommend doing for the listing. Make sure it's complete, make sure it's accurate, and that will help as well. And so those are the top 5 things to sell your house quickly when you're working with an agent. Number 1 would be the price. Number 2, the photos. Number 3, make sure it's easy to show. Number 4 would be the condition. Make sure it's clean and it smells good. And number 5, make sure it's the listing that you actually put together is complete and accurate as possible. Now, if working with an agent isn't the direction that you're trying to go, maybe you need cash quickly, or maybe times of consideration there. Maybe you're going through some complicated situation with a tenant possibly, and putting it on the market isn't necessarily going to be pain-free. Reach out to us. We're We Buy Houses Hotlanta. My wife and I run a local business here in the Atlanta area. You can reach us at 404-490-2285. There'll also be a link in this video that I'll put in there, so you can just click it and visit our website, read all about us, watch our testimonials, etc. And it has our number on there as well. But even if we're not a good fit for you, I'll at least point you in the right direction. We give you some advice and pointers as to where you could possibly go for help and for further advice on the situation that you're going through. And again, my name is Bryce Robbins with We Buy Houses Hotlanta, and thank you for watching this video.